Right, guys, Shelley wants me to make her something, and she's being a tease with all this chocolate, knowing full well I'm on a diet. I'm not allowed to touch any of it, apparently. But yet she wants me to make her something, and I'm not allowed any. So you'll see at the end what actually I make, and you will like it. There's massive profit to be made in this as well, believe it or not. She's watching every move I make here. I'm just sort of trying to plan out and, you know, nick the odd sort of bag of chocolate there as I can. So what I'm trying to do here is manipulate her and try and take her eye away. But obviously it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, right, let's get to the build. So, obviously, it's like what I'm making here. It's a box type advent calendar thing, but themed round a sleigh. So you will have seen in one of my previous Christmas builds, I made a sleigh. So I'm going to make an uprated version of that, but turn it into like an advent calendar type thing rather than use a box. So she wants all these bags to fit in. So what I'm using up here is Scrapwood, dead easy. Now the last sleigh I made, I was getting inundated off friends, family, over on Facebook and off Instagram. I could have sold loads of them. And the price mark of them sleighs was around about £30–40. So if you could make these cheap, you could make these really cheap, and you could sell them for 30. This one probably 40, maybe a bit more depending on where you are. So the profit potential is huge. So if you're going to make them to sell them, think about it for next year maybe as well. Is, you know, you can batch them out, batch them out when you got a couple of hours spare, knock a few out if you've got space, put them away, that kind of thing. It's always good sort of practice. Now, I just couldn't believe the amount of interest I got in the sleighs. I got people asking me for big sleigh, small sleigh, all different kind of thing. Honestly, it was just, I know it'll go sort of dead after Christmas, I know that, but it's just one of them things. You don't see a lot of people making these either. I mean, there is people making them, but not a lot of people, not like the sort of run-of-the-mill stuff. So I'm just freehanding the design and then taking it over to the wood. I ain't got any plans. I'm just sort of doing it in my head as I go on and just working it out. I'm just hoping here, when I'm doing this, I'm just hoping, like, my maths is okay, like, from when I had the chocolate out on, in the bags at the front. So some much needed jigsaw practice here. You could use a bandsaw if you wanted, scroll saw, that kind of thing. But I like using the jigsaw. It's just one of them tools. The more you use it, the better you get it. The more you enjoy it, the more you enjoy using the tool. So just take it nice and easy, watching your fingers, being mindful of where the blade is. Make sure the piece is clamped down, that kind of thing. And guys, if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching the video and you're not subscribed, if you'd subscribe, support the channel, that'd be great. Every little helps, so to speak. I'm just taking my time here, really taking my time with it. And then I trace it out onto the second piece of wood, and then just rinse and repeat with that. So I've got the two pieces cut out here now. And I'm just measuring for the internal sort of width that I need. And again, just back to the miter saw now. I love that shot, that close-up shot. So for the back and the front of it, I'm going to try and get them on an angle. So I'm just doing it by eye. Everything on this project is by eye. There's no plans or set ways of making it. You'll see me on the upcoming videos using the Evolution table saw. You've probably seen the video of me building it up, but this video was recorded before I had that set up. So there you go, just nice and easy round your power tools and blades. So more marking out here. Now on this sleigh, I want to put a set of runners on it, which will make it, just give it, elevate it, and give it, you know, that bit more detail, make it more sellable if you want to sell. This is for the house. This is for our house. It's for Shelley. She wants me to, well, it's for us really, but she wants me to make it. But if you're making these to sell, the more detail you can sort of add, make it easy for yourself though. And if you're going to batch these out, I'm sure it'd be easy enough to do that as well. It wouldn't be such an hard thing to set up to do that. So I'm just going through the runner here, straight through it, because this will allow me to level it up at the end. I'm not a professional or anything, so I'm not going to get everything perfect, but this way I know I can sort of get it all level by putting the dowel through and then cutting the excess away. So just take it nice and easy, just make sure you're right. So here's the little dowels, the little supports for the sleigh runners. Now, do I get everything perfect here? No, I don't, so hence why I put the holes through, and you'll see why shortly. So as I'm going on, I'm just sanding everything and making sure everything's neat and tidy. And all I'm using on this is 180 grit. Now, I couldn't get a cut on my miter saw, so I've had to resort to tactics, doing it a different way. They're amazing, them cleaning sticks, for getting your belts nice and clean. So I'm just marking out just to give it a bit of a shape there. And back to the sander. I've got gloves on here because I've got a tendency of touching this when it's going, so it just helps protect your fingers a little bit. And just a slight bevel of what I put on there. And the board was too long. I could have done it at the table saw, but I'd already put that away. So I'm just measuring up now for where I am going to be joining all this together. So take time with your measuring. I'm not the best in the world at maths, whatever anybody wants to call it. So I always just tend to take my time with it and double check everything. And I still get it wrong, but you know, I'm just being super cautious where these holes are going to line up. So on a lot of the things you see me doing, I put my 3-hole design on. And I'm going to do it again on this. And I'm going to use my drill for this Melif drill. It's really good. It's got anti-kickback on it. There's a discount code down in the description if you want to go along to Melif and have a look at them. There's 15% off, so that's there for you. I don't get nothing back out of that. I've just sort of got that code there for you guys. So I'm going in from both sides to reduce tear out, something that I learned from the last one I made. I'm happy with that there. And again, back to this my little palm router, another Melif tool. Just checking just to get me the chamfer on it just right. And this is all I'm going to be doing is chamfering around the holes on this one. Just making sure I get the depth on it correct. What I am finding now with my woodwork, as the more I progress, and a lot of you will have heard me say a while ago, one of my sort of faults is I rush all the time, and I'm finding now I'm not rushing as much. The more I'm spending on like details and trying to get me stuff, elevate me stuff a bit better. I'm not rushing as much. The more I learn, the more I go on, which is sort of benefiting me really. So back to mark it out again. This is marking out for screw placement. You don't have to go this sort of far with it, but again, it's practice. It's all about, practicing your accuracy here, this kind of thing. And it's just good habits to get into. So I'm going through pilot holes. Again, make sure there's something behind that just to set that drill bit. So off camera, I cut some plugs. I don't know where the footage went with it, but anyway, this is me just digging them out the wood here. I could use a bandsaw to do that. I have got a little bandsaw, which I'll be getting out once I clear this space out a little bit and rearrange it. I'm going to leave the bandsaw out here. It's only a small thing, but it is not a bad little thing. So all the screws and fixings I'm using are from the screw shop. There's a link to them down below as well. If you're used to sort of going to the big box and all that, if you're in the UK and you know exactly who I mean, give these guys a try. The screws are fantastic and the prices are even better. And I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just like supporting businesses that I rate, to be perfectly honest with you. So that's a nice tight fit there. I'm liking that. Now these boards it's part of that job lot of warped wood I had. So it was a little bit tricky just to get it right. So I'm just plugging all them holes now. One thing I was finding was the glue. It was just really taking ages to set. I had to set this in. You won't see it on this video, but I had to take it in and put it in front of the log burner for the glue to actually dry. So this is where these little pegs go now. And probably because I'm out a couple of mil here and there, and I knew I wouldn't get it right, or when I drilled it, the wood was a bit out or a bit warped and all that kind of stuff. That's why I cut the holes straight through them runners. So now I can do this. I can get them all to the right sort of size eventually, and then sort of glue them all together, get them all joined, and then cut the excess away. And wood glue and a bit of CA glue and activator does the job here. Seem to do the job. So it's all dry now, and I'm just going in, cutting all the excess away. And they're nice and level. If I was a bit more skilled, I wouldn't have had to sort of go to that thing. Another tool, the Temple tool saws. Brilliant. And there's another discount code down below with them as well. Get 5% off. Getting good with these discount codes for you guys. Just look how they cut. And then just again more sanding now, 180 grit all over the project. I could have put sort of a contrasting plug in there really, and maybe I should have done that in hindsight now, but hindsight's one of them good things. You can see there I'm blowing all dust off, getting everything off. and I'm just going to Danish oil. I'm just Danish oiling it. Now, I was going, Shelley didn't want this stained, and I was going to actually burn it, but I decided against it. I thought, no, you know, get some Danish oil, get that grain out, make it look really nice. And it gets 2 coats of this with a 500 grit in between each coat just to denib it. But you can see that, and it dries up a lot lighter, so that sort of yellowness you see there, orangey yellow, nasty colour, it's a bit off-putting at first, but when it dries nice and clear. This, it's a good quality Danish oil. This, I didn't know there was varying qualities of it, but apparently there is. So any excess, I leave it about 20 minutes, and I just go and wipe all excess off. And here's it's finished. And as you can see it, as it's sort of dried there, it's getting lighter and lighter. So it's a sleigh type advent calendar box, if that's a thing. It's just a bit of a take on a box, you know. It's something a little bit different. It's obviously wide, isn't it? So it is a box, but you could use this for a load of things. You could put this as a Christmas centrepiece on your Christmas table with some fruits or some, you know, lights in it, anything. You could dress it up any way you can. And there's my original picture that I drew. So I think I got near as damn it with it. But I think it's come out really nice. And I'm telling you now, you'll be able to sell these like hotcakes. They will fly out. And here's it's all dressed up with the chocolates in. 24 bags of chocolate there, 1 for each day of December. I really like it. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think, what you would have done differently, if you've seen any mistakes that I've made, anything like that, because all your comments help the channel and help other makers like our good selves. I really like it. It's different. It's quirky. It's a box-themed box on a sleigh. What would you add to it? Would you add anything to it? I think it's just, as it is, it's fine. I really like that. I like it. I'm not allowed chocolate, though. Somebody please tell Shelley that I'm allowed chocolate. She'll not have it, though. Thanks for watching, and on to the next video, guys. You're all absolutely amazing.